All right, welcome back. Episode 2, Candid Podcast with me, Christian Craig. We got our first guest in. He drove 4 hours, well, almost 4 hours, and he finally got his license so he can come down by himself. But stoked to have my good friend, little brother, Hayden Deegan. I'm sure everybody watching this has heard of him, has watched some of his videos, some of his races. It's a pretty big deal in the YouTube world, and at the races, he's been killing it. So, pumped for him to come here.
Sir,
You got the first weekend off?
Yeah, first
and
weekend
like
off.
how long? A long time.
Dude, the weekends off are so nice, though. Because amateur racing, you just race like every freaking...
Every couple months.
Yeah, exactly. And then now I race every weekend. It's a dig.
Dude, so this year, like, you weren't even supposed to really go pro. And obviously, like, you go back to outdoors last year, you raced the last couple. They didn't go the greatest. Polo went good. Ironman, full send. And then came into the Futures race at A2, crashed, like 3 times?
Dude,
three times?
I was all over the place.
And I remember texting you, like, that next day and was like, well, actually, you texted me and you're like, dude, I don't know how you do this. You're like, the amount of pressure you have.
Yeah.
It's so hard. Like, I can't believe you do this every weekend. And I'm like, yeah, it's gnarly. Like, you're still going to race. And then you showed up at Houston. And, yeah, that was pretty gnarly. But, like, going back to that first round, like, I remember my rookie year, like, I was such a fluster. And it was like, it all went by so fast because I wasn't prepared enough. But you were prepared. And, like, if you look back, like, kind of looking outside of yourself, like, how did that go? I think obviously the result was good, but like everything else.
For the first round?
Yeah, I'd say Houston.
Yeah, Houston, shoot. That whole week before that and racing Futures was just like so scattered. And even the team was mixed-minded, giving me different ideas all week. And the week before, it went from you're going to race the first round at Anaheim 1. And then I had to make a call where I was like, no, like I need to keep getting, I keep getting better. It's because I see you right at the practice track, and if you hang with the guys and stuff where you're running times that are the same or better, they just, obviously as a team, they're going to assume like, let's throw you in, you're going to go do good, but you got to take it slow. And then, yeah, went and raced Futures and flunked that majorly. Bad start. And dude, I got a bad start. And then I tried to make my way through the pack, and I tried to go around someone. We connected bars. I went launching, and
I feel like that whole race, you were just like, you were trying so hard. You knew you could win, but like you almost pushed too hard and made so many mistakes. But I feel like you learned so much. Like you needed that to almost get it out of the way for Houston.
Yeah, it was my first time racing in front of all those fans too, and it was like in knowing racing those guys that you've beat, you're like, you have the pressure to go win, obviously. Like, everyone's just like, they talk to you like you're just supposed to win.
Yeah.
So it's like, and being under all those fans and stuff, it's a lot of pressure, but, besides that, I felt pretty good, and then I definitely, didn't ride how I was supposed to, and then the next week or 2 weeks after that, they're like, we talked to the team, we're like, we're going to start at Houston, we're going to start at round 1, and we're going to take it slow. Like, if I go get 10th place, it's 10th place. I'm just going to keep moving my way slowly.
Yeah.
And, not listen to any of the people talking on social media, not listen to anyone outside. Just focus on yourself and the team and just slowly get better because you'll come around eventually. And then first round, I got 4th, which was like a big surprise. Like,
I remember sitting on the line on the 450 main event, and you were clicking off. There was like 3 laps left, and you clicked these 3 guys off in front of you, and I literally have chills like thinking about it because I was watching them like, dude, 6th, boom, 5th, and then boom, J-Mart on the last lap, and I'm like, dude, he just got 4th in his first race, like. That's so sick, and it's almost like a win. No,
yeah, definitely. Especially getting 5th or 6th in Futures, and you go do better at your first pro race. It's like you don't think that's like it. Just doesn't. It's hard to process it, and I think it does help too because you gotta have fitness and everything. And I was able just to do the whole race with good fitness and ride smooth the whole time. And I feel like no pressure on the line. It was like you're gonna go out there and you're just gonna keep learning. And you have no pressure. That's what was nice. I lined up, and it was. You're lined up with all the top pros. Where it was that first race was like, dang, like these are some gnarly dudes next to me. And then, I mean, now it's different. Now I know, like, these guys, and it's
Now
not
you
like that.
expect it.
It's like racing normal people now. But I was like, it's pretty sick. And I was
Yeah.
just like, no pressure. And then I got a decent start, and then just, I mean, rode smooth, and I was like passing guys that I watched on TV, and I was like, this is pretty sick.
Yeah, I think like what's different from other rookies for you is like your fitness.
Yeah.
And I think it's your base. Like you have so many motos from 85s all the way up to A class and then pro. Like knock on wood, you've rarely been hurt. And if you have been hurt, it's like a quick one, and you put in the work, where a lot of other guys kind of like you know, kind of scoot by and do like the half-ass stuff where you actually do it.
Yeah.
And I think it showed, like we all like kind of waited there and we're like, all right, is he going to fade? Like, is he going to get tired? You know? And a couple of those races in Supercross, I could tell when you would get arm pump or like you would tighten up. And I'm like, oh, he's dropping off a little bit, and you could tell he's riding tight. Yeah. And then you would like regroup. It's almost like a full veteran move. And it was like, it's been so cool to watch. Like each round you've been doing something a little bit different and like improving with it. You got a heat race win, got the podium, and then you started clicking them off like each round more and more and more. And then you could see your confidence build. It's been dope to watch, because obviously, like when you first came to the team, it's pretty sick. Like to see you from that first day to now, like how much you've grown.
Yeah, because you were there the whole time. I mean,
yeah, like when you first started, we were out the Yamaha track in California.
Oh, dude.
And literally everyone's out there. Tomac, the whole star team. AP was on Yamaha. We were all out there, and he's just thrown into the motos with us. Like Swanee's like, all right, let's go. Like throw him in there. He started in the back, which was fine. But man, like he got thrown to the wolves. And respect, because like, dude, he just like kept grinding. Yeah. You just like stuck it out. Like you did the 20 minutes, you wouldn't say a word. Like it's easy to like have such an ego.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of people probably think you do, you know, with the videos, but I think that's been sick. Like I want to go back to like the beginning, like the way your dad raised you, like to how you are now and how grounded you are. And like what makes you want to like first off, like, yeah, what makes you want to even push, and like what gives you that motivation to like train hard, you know?
Yeah, I think it's just seeing with my dad. I mean, I've always watched my dad, and I think it's just seeing them break so many bones and continually come back and win, and like coming from like just not giving up. And I think that's kind of been instilled in me. And my dad's never. I mean, I think what I see in a lot of families is the dad will be hard on the kid, but then the way out would be like in moto families, and the way out would be the mom. The mom was like, it's okay. But it was my mom and my dad were like this exact same. They're like, no, that's not good. Like that was not good. You got third.
Yeah.
They weren't like, oh, you did. My mom wasn't like, oh, you did good. And my dad was like, you need to do better. It was, they were both like instilled it in me. Like, we got to work hard. You got to stay motivated. And I mean, you can't give up. And that's kind of where I think my parents did good when I was little.
And I think like growing up, did you watch your dad? Like, did you go to the competitions and the freestyle stuff?
I was so young. My dad, I mean,
do you remember it?
Yeah, I do remember a little bit of it, but I don't remember much of it. I do just remember a lot when I was little, watching my dad hit the ramps with all his buddies, and my mom would just set me out there.
Really?
Yeah, just shoot. I mean, for her not wanting me, her thing was, my kid's not gonna race dirt bikes.
Really?
I'm not doing
I'm
not doing what I did with Brian. He is not getting hurt. He's not racing dirt bikes. We'll find something else for him to do. And next thing you know it, my dad gets me on a dirt bike. And then, I mean, as a kid that young, watching it every single day and growing up watching it, I mean, you get on the bike, you're going to want to stay on it.
When did you know you wanted to, like, all right, I want to go pro now?
Oh, yeah. I mean, shoot. It was like, there was a time period where on Super Minis where it was like before I could really determine if I wanted to go pro or not, where I was like, dude, I'm kind of like burnt out. Like, I don't know if I really want to do this anymore. And it was like beginning of Super Minis. And my parents were like, well, I mean, you got to tell us now, because we put in a lot of work and a lot of sacrifices, and we're not going to keep doing it if you don't want to do it. And then I was like, sat on it. I was like, oh, dude, I want to win a pro championship too bad. And then I was like, all right, we got to get back to work. So then we started getting back to work. I mean, that's just how it's been from there. And I've been really motivated because I want to win, obviously.
Yeah.
And I think I want to win so bad is because I've just done it as an amateur. And it's so nice leading a pro national. Like, you get out front, and it just feels so comfortable for me, because it's like, I feel like I belong there.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's definitely cool, though. And those first few outdoors this season too, I surprised myself again, was second in the first round.
Yeah.
And it just like anything worse than the podium, it hurts, honestly. It's like, dang it. Like,
it's crazy because you got that taste in your first year, and it like we have total opposite almost careers in a way. Like I got kind of my success later in my career, where my beginning years were such trash and just chaos and injuries, where you're learning it now, which is obviously going to like traject you to, you know, even better later on. But I remember watching a video, you guys, your dad was like saying something in a truck. I don't know if you put it on YouTube or on like your guys' Instagram. You were on 85 at the time, and he like planned out your whole pro deal. Like he was like, all right, this is the plan. In 3 years, Hayden's going to be doing this. And you were sitting there watching, like listening to him. In 5 years, Hayden's going to be doing this. And literally, if you probably go look back at that, like you probably knocked off all those things. Like you set that plan. And I think your dad's so smart that way. And also he knows when to push you and like not when to push you. You know, where I think a lot of dads can get carried away. Like even probably me with Jagger, I'm like, I want him to go so fast and so strong. Like I want him to get faster. Where your dad's kind of like, all right, he knows when to push you. He knows when to back off. And I think that's why you are here, like where you're at now, you know? So that's cool. Like when you did grow up that way.
No, yeah, for sure. Because when I race, my dad's instilled it into me where you gotta be smart and take your time. And he's never instilled in me where I have that panic mode where I'm like, oh, I gotta freak out. Like if I'm in like fourth, I gotta freak out to get a podium position. It's just not in me. It's be smart and click off rounds and continue to get better. Where I think a lot of rookies that have came into this sport just total themselves at the beginning, because I think their dads are like, you got to do this, and then they freak out when they're on the track and they send it. They get off technique and they crash, which I think my dad is good with instilling in me. Like you got to take it slow, and then shoot, you want to build to get closer to where your goal of a championship. Obviously, that's what you want to do in this sport. So no injuries is your biggest goal.
That's kind of the biggest thing, and you've done it right, you know, and that's why your base is so gnarly already. Like those 30-minute motos are like nothing for you, right?
I don't get tired at all. It's weird.
Crazy to watch. Like High Point was last weekend and literally led the moto most of it. Well, at the end, and then RJ got you, but it's cool because like your lap times don't drop off.
Yeah,
you know, for a rookie, that's huge. And I don't remember the last time like a pro had that.
And that's what I think. Since I was little, even before my first national, like the couple weeks before, it was take your time and let's start top 10 then move up. But from when I was little, I just wanted a podium. My first my first season, and try to get a win my first season, which I'm still working on to get an overall. But like my goal was to get a podium when I was a kid. So I think all to those years I've been working on that. But just before the race, you think like, let's be smart and smooth. But I think I'm always working towards that podium, and it just kind of instilled.
It's almost like you manifested it.
Yeah.
You know, like I remember when you're amateur and you stayed at my house, you'd almost like, you knew you were going to get those trophies, like the ones that I have, you know, you're like, I want that, you know, I want to win. I want that so bad. And you came to the races with me and you watched me win the championship. And I think that's huge for you later on.
Yeah.
You know, it could be next year. When you're in that spot, you kind of see what I dealt with, like physically, mentally, and you're like, okay, like Christian did this, and I can adjust this. I'm better here. I'm stronger. But going back to the YouTube stuff, like, is there ever a time where you almost got sick of it?
Of YouTube? Yeah, YouTube, it's a lot.
Like the video stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot. Of course you're going to get sick of the camera all the time, but you got to think. I just think of the fans and how sick it is for the fans to be able to see in your life. And when you go to the race, how gnarly the fans are. Dude, you go up on the podium, they're chanting my name, and you go around the race, and dude, it don't matter if you're in 7th. They're air horns and the crowd's yelling.
It's wild.
And that's what I think's cool. The fans are getting be able to be behind the scenes of me, and they've seen me since a 65. If a dad or something has watched the channel from 65s, they've literally seen every step
watch you
of the
up.
way.
Yeah.
Now they're watching me at Pro Nationals. They're like, dude, I was just watching this kid on YouTube on a 65.
It's pretty gnarly. You go back to your first video to now, you can watch yourself grow up.
Yeah.
You know, and like, it's cool what your dad did there. And like, it's something that you can look back on, and then obviously your fan base is gnarly now. Yeah. Like at Supercrosses, like I said, we're sitting on the line, and even if you're passing for 6th, fan goes nuts. Do you hear that? Do you hear that
yeah,
shit?
it's sweet. I mean,
It's wild.
Yeah, you watch the broadcast, and I remember
it's
watched
like the
it.
wave goes
I
up.
passed J Mart for third.
Yeah.
I got into third, and the whole crowd stands up.
Like it's for a podium. The guy probably in the lead was probably like, "Bro, what's going on behind me?"
the whole crowd just all waves standing up while I'm going down the rhythm. I mean, that's sick. That's just because we let people into our life and to watch the videos, and that's what keeps me going is for the fans, obviously the YouTube. But I mean, if there wasn't anyone watching these videos, then I probably would be like, I just want to focus on my training. Yeah. But since I can let the fans in my life and they motivate me, then I'm like, yeah, you guys can watch.
I think it makes you more comfortable when you are in the spotlight. Yeah. Like there's a camera in your face and like you're on the line and you have to go win. Yeah. Like it's no problem for this big broadcast to be right in front of your face. You know, so I feel like that helped you kind of grow into it. But yeah, that's pretty gnarly to watch, like that little stuff. And then like the hater side of it, like I see it and I know you don't care about it. Yeah. And I've learned to just ignore it too in my career. But like I've watched it firsthand, the people that like just do not like you and for no reason because they don't even know you.
No, they don't.
And like, it's the people that line up next to you. Yeah. You know, the people that race you. I'm just like, why don't they like this kid? Like, look he's not doing anything wrong. He's almost winning. And he's overachieving these goals and they love to bash you.
I know, but it's hard crazy. Because you watch it, you pay attention. It's always the people that are always hating are the ones that aren't doing as good as you. Yeah. I think
there's a quote.
I mean, that's just how it is. Yeah. I mean, it's not like freaking Ricky Carmichael or James Stewart is sitting there. This kid's not even that good. He's been handed everything. I mean, they're supporting you because people that have done it, they know. And then it's different because you have the people on Instagram with it post their CRF 150 from 1999 that think like, yo, this dude's not doing it right. It's like, dude, what? It doesn't make sense.
You gotta love that.
I just think it's the people that didn't have the chance or didn't have the dad that wanted to go out and make a career for you and help you. I think they get offended.
And I think like they see it all and they're like, oh, he's gonna get smoked when he goes pro. Yeah.
Dude, I love it.
And it kills them when you do good.
Oh, I love it.
You know, it's just like, and I'm on the other side where I'm just like, I'm trying to push you and get you better. Like you're like a little brother where I'll watch your practice on TV. Obviously I'm hurt right now. Or during Supercross when I was there, I'm like, hey, you got to do this. You got to do this. Try this. And you go do it. You know, like High Point, just like last weekend, I'm like, hey, like the track's going to be gnarly. Shift to third. And this is just a text like at 10 o'clock. And he's like, oh, he just says, okay. And then it's showing you in the first moto and you're like doing it.
I know. Like,
and I'm like, did he listen to me already? And it's little things like that, I think, that makes you like grow and get even faster. Like you're willing to like listen.
Yeah. I mean, you got to learn from the people that have done better than you. That's just how it goes. Yeah.
And like this, I remember when you first started at Star, you came to Tallahassee and it was before you started staying with me. We went on a bike ride and I remember all the kids and all the guys, I'm not going to say any names. They're like, all right, we're going to drop Hayden. Like, you know, this is his first bike ride. He's probably not in shape. And we like pinned it at one part and you just hung in. And I'm like, dude, there's something different about this kid, dude. He's a dog right now. And you just dug in. Like, it didn't matter how tired you were. You didn't care how you looked. The bike didn't fit you. The road bike, and you were wearing like someone else's spandex. Like, it's little things like that. You're like, F it. Like,
you just gotta have that dog.
Let's go. You're like, I don't care. Try to drop me.
I know, it's crazy to think that a lot of your own guys will also doubt you just as hard as the random guy with his CRF 150 on his Instagram. Like, it's just like, it's gnarly. I mean, there's
something you do at the practice track too.
Yeah. I mean,
like
dude,
your own teammates, obviously, like I want to be faster than you. When I was on Star and Supercross, I'm like, no, I got to smoke this kid. And you're, you know, like you have that ego of wanting to be the best on the team. Mm-hmm. And it's hard to drop that when you aren't the fastest, you know? And I feel like you've done good at that. And now it's like, it switched to now you're pretty much the best on the team, you know?
Yeah. So. I know. It's like, I think it's because I pick up on I learn from them quick. I'm not like when I'm at the practice track and I'm slower, I'm not like, oh, well, I mean, these guys are doing something different. Like, I'm good. I'm just not on today. It's just not my day.
Yeah.
That's just not how I am. I'm like, I just got to pay attention and learn from these guys.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I learned, like, you through the whoops.
Yeah.
I wasn't good in the whoops for literally 6 months in Supercross. I couldn't get through them. That was literally how it was. And I just studied your whoops, and I watched your whoops, and I learned from you. And that's where I think some guys just, they want to act like they're the best, and they don't want to pay attention to other people and learn from them.
Yeah, and I remember you sent me a video last year after I was off the team of you on the whoop track. You're like, dude, look at this. Like, it's so much better. You know, like the from the Yamaha track to now, you're like, holy crap. Like, you do commit. You know, like after a while, it clicked.
Yeah.
And no, you got to stay with me. And I remember when you were staying with me, your dad was in California or North Carolina. You guys didn't move in Tallahassee yet. And I remember he'd call me like every couple nights and just be like, hey, like, is he doing too much? Is he overriding? Is he overtraining? Like, I want to make sure he stays fresh.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's pretty cool. Like, he's not a dad that's like, oh, he's got to push harder.
He's
like,
always open to learn, too,
get him
my
more.
dad.
Yeah, he's like, he's trying to get insight from me. And I thought that was so rad because I would share my knowledge and just be like, yeah, I think he's doing right, but I'll hold him back on this. And those, however long you got to stay with me, it was cool to like watch you build each day. And like, some days would be off at the test track, and then some days you would just be on, you know?
Yeah.
It was pretty dope to watch and like watch you build into who you are.
Yeah,
now,
I mean, that's
you know?
another thing that's cool. My dad, he also, I mean, he wasn't a dominant Supercross rider, outdoor rider, so he also, I mean, studies the new era riders and studies like what Christian did, and it's not like he acts like he knows everything either when he's trying to help me out. He takes advice from everyone, and that's another thing that I think has helped me a lot too.
For sure. And I think like going back to the season, your rookie year, like what race stands out the most? Like your first podium, I would say, or the heat win? Was the heat win huge for you?
The heat win was sick because that was like my first, like the crowd goes wild moment, you know? And that was big
raining.
for me.
Like it was dramatic, you know?
It was raining. It was all the above.
You had someone on who was in second. Someone was on you, like not that close, but like 2 seconds back, and I'm like, dude, if he makes a mistake, like this guy can.
I don't remember.
Someone was on you, someone good, obviously.
Yeah, I know, and I know everyone was in that race too. I think it was Nate, Hunter, all of them, but I think they didn't get great starts.
Yeah,
and I mean, it was my chance to win the heat
what
race.
other race stands out? Like obviously,
my first podium was sick at Daytona. I liked that one because I didn't have a good start at all.
That was
buried.
dig.
I was buried.
That was dope.
And
to
I
watch.
just came through and just was. A lot of the guys at the end of the night when the track gets broken down, they go away from the main line.
Yeah.
They start making an easier line where I was just, dude, my ankles were so sore after that race from a 3 on off 4.
No, I think it was jumping the whoops too.
The whoops, bro, and the 3 on off 4, bro. There was a hole, a tabletop to the wood at the bottom of it, bro. Hit it every lap wide.
You were still going 4 in the main?
Yeah, ankles giving out every lap, freaking my elbows giving out. And I remember, dude, I thought one lap I could have sworn I broke my ankle. And I was like, just gotta hang it out. A couple more laps. And then I just kept doing it and passed J-Mart right there. And then I was in a third right there. Dude, when I got that pass off that quad or got up next to him. And I was like, dude.
I remember Hunter won that race, but no one, like the crowd didn't go nuts until you went over the finish line. And I'm on the line watching all this stuff, so I see it firsthand, you know? So it's like, I feel bad for the guys that win or beat them, you know, and then he gets the chance.
And I think the crowd also gets super hyped because it's like they almost just like got on the podium with me because they see all the work I put in and all the training, and they're also waiting for a podium, you know? Yeah. It's like that keeps them eager too. So I think when that happens, the crowd goes crazy for it too. I mean, I was hyped.
Yeah. And then like with Swanee, like I love Swanee, your trainer, and you were telling me how Jeannie goes to the track with you still, Carmichael. And I think that's like cool that you linked up with him. Like, I want to go back to actually when you were riding KTM, you tested the factory KTM at Paula.
Yeah.
And then where did you first ride? Oh yeah, you came to Star, rode the factory bike, Star bike.
Star, yeah.
I remember when they were getting the bike ready for you. They had it all laid out. Like they put it all together for you. It looked brand new. Like when did you know, or like what was the big factor in choosing? Like,
dude, honestly, it was just seeing the program Star had. It was hard because, I mean, KTM, don't get me wrong, is obviously a great team. I mean, they got great bikes. Yeah. I mean, they've won on them. They've done that. But it was just I seen with Star that KTM didn't have was right now is the program that like Star was able to turn their riders into winners. And I think, riding with, Christian was on the team. Ferrandez, there's top guys that are winning or about to win a championship or even won championships.
Yeah.
And I think that was what Star was good is we could train with those guys and I could train with the champions. And that was like the big thing to get that instilled. You guys have, a few of those guys have moved out from Star now, but just learning like this championship mentality and how much work they put in and like the race winning and their mentality, I got to see that firsthand over at Star and learn from that. And the training program was
there
a big
any drama
play.
behind that decision? Because you were with KTM for so long.
Yeah,
it's almost like they wanted to keep you. Obviously, they wanted to keep you, but like when you had to tell them you're going the other way, like they have to respect it. But was there like a pushback at all?
It was hard because KTM is I've been on KTM since I was
grew up
50. Like KTM was everything. And there was a lot of like stuff we'd go back. Obviously, before you go with a team, you got to go back and forth between the teams to see what's better, see what's not better. And it was, if anyone knows Bobby, he wants to get the guy bad. So,
and he wants you signed the next day.
He if he wants you on the team, he's wanting you on the team. And
you literally have a contract. If he wants you, you'll have a contract within 10 minutes, and if you don't sign it within 20,
you could lose it.
He'll pull that thing back. So that's one thing with Bobby, but.
Yeah, it was just, dude, it just all, KTM, they were really good with it. It was like, I think they understand a lot of the things where I was coming from, because we explained, all the stuff that we liked from there, and then the stuff we also liked from KTM, and I think, we obviously chose the Star route, but I think KTM respected it. We were like, so like, obviously I brought my bike in there. They let me use the KTM 250.
Was it a factory bike?
No, it's just a stock 250. Okay. I had to do the oil. I had to do the filter. I had to wash it after I was done riding. It was, and I think after that, they lend that bike to me so I could use it after Loretta's on the Super Mini. And
didn't you get a 125 first?
Yeah, I had a 125 for a while, like the year I was on Super Minis.
Yeah.
And then I got off those and got on the 250.
Yeah.
And when I made my decision to go to Star, my dad and me were like, the most respectful way would just I got to bring the bike back to me. Is either have Ramsey come pick the bike up.
So you went to KTM?
So I wheeled my bike back into KTM.
You went to the HQ?
Yeah, I walked the bike back in there.
I think I heard the story, but I didn't know if you actually...
Yeah, I walked my bike back in there, and I don't think Nate was in office. I was just like, thank you.
Like, and you're like, hey, I'm going a different way.
I remember I talked to TK. TK was the one that grabbed my bike, and we just explained to him where we were going. He's not obviously the guy for KTM, and we got on a call with the guys, and it was just like, thank you for all you've done. Like, it's been super great.
You did it the right way.
Yeah. So
nothing sour there.
Yeah, nothing. I think. I think so. We're still cool with all the guys over there, but we're on the Star route now, so that's where we are.
Yeah, that was pretty gnarly. But like the contract, like, did you have a contract from both teams at the same time?
Yeah, I had options from actually a few teams. It was, KTM was the team I was on, and then Star was like the other option, and then there was obviously, there was different brands. Yeah. But
so there were multiple teams
there was teams that were gonna give me options, and I could over at KTM it was if you're gonna have the chance to be on KTM, that's where I was gonna be, but you obviously had the other manufacturers that KTM presents, like Husky and stuff, that I could choose from, but I'd stay on KTM if I were to go over to KTM, but it was just,
so you had multiple offers. I've never really had that, I always was like, well, the one calling, hey, you got any open rides? So that's probably like a sick feeling to have, all these teams calling you. Mm-hmm. But
it was cool.
I remember you saying that you went to Baker's Factory. That's where I train now, and you spent like a day or two there. Yeah. And remember I was like, it was like midsummer. You went there, hot as hell, dude, it's hot here right now. And you were like, yeah, I did 230s or something. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, no way. This kid's like 15. I think it was right after Loretta's. Yeah. You went to Baker's and you did 230s or something?
Yeah, dude. I went there and did both motos with the guys on a second day on a 250.
They just threw you in with all the guys, right?
Yeah.
All the boys that were training there? Yeah. And you just hung with them?
I don't exactly remember who was riding that day. Yeah. But I don't think I was too far off.
And you did the whole moto?
Yeah.
That's pretty gnarly to me.
Yeah, and then it was hot. It was really hot. But it was fun. This dude that sand. It has like a sand. That whole outdoor track's like sand. It was pretty sick.
Yeah, his tracks are gnarly.
But
I remember watching like videos of that. It's like you did it right. You know, you got the full experience at KTM. Got the full experience at Star, and then you chose. And I remember I was on Star, and I remember you came and rode the bike. They shut down the place so no one could watch. You rode the bike by yourself, and then no one really heard for you for like couple weeks. I'm like, oh, maybe he went the other way, you know, like, and I didn't know you at the time. Like, I just heard of you, obviously, and we're like, maybe he just went somewhere else. And then all of a sudden, boom, you're here.
And then I got the week I did come was the gnarliest boot camp of my life.
Yeah, it was literally boot camp, the start of boot camp for us.
We cycled like 60 to 80 miles a day. Never road biked. I've never road biked before. And that's where Christian was talking about where they were trying to dig on me, bro. And it was my first ever time road biking.
And in the rain, remember the rain?
In the rain, dude. We did 60 miles in the rain.
Swanee was like, let's just throw this kid into it. Like, literally, he got Swanee's hand-me-down bike. Like I said, his hand-me-down kit. Everything, like, he had a bozo helmet, like no glasses. He didn't wear glasses.
And I had short socks on, no long socks. I've never road biked before. I had no clue what to do. I had no clue.
I remember watching him like, oh, this poor kid right now. But you just you hung right in there the whole time, and we stopped and got a break, and like you never complained once. You know, like a lot of people are like, oh, I'm tired. Like I want to get done with this. Yeah. And you were there every time. Like, you showed up. You stayed, I think you stayed at Swanee's quite a bit,
I stayed at Swanee for a couple weeks.
I remember that.
A week or two.
And then you kind of went back and forth to North Carolina, to California for a while. And then you came to me, to our house. But, no, that was pretty funny to watch you, like, the beginning of the training. You know, like, you were strong on a dirt bike, but I think off is where you're like, oh, boy. Yeah. You know, like, I had some work to do. Like, gym, everything.
I had, growing up, I did, like, the running. Yeah. I did the gym. But this was my first time on a team.
Like a program.
Like a legit Monday or a legit, Monday through Saturday. Like I've never had like every single day you were digging, you know? Yeah. So, I adapted to it quick, but it definitely was it was a big change.
I remember you.
And then I got sick too because I was cycling so much. I never dug that hard on a road bike, and it was in the rain, so I got sick and I had to keep digging.
You just look so tired, like you were over it, like you were just like, screw this, but you didn't say a thing. Yeah. You know, you could just see in your eyes that you were over it and like just tired and just wanted to go ride. You're like, are we just gonna go ride dirt bikes? Yeah. You know, because we were only
wanted
training.
To ride so bad.
Yes, but they kept holding us off.
I just kept road biking. I'm like, dude, what am I doing? I want to ride.
Like, this is what you do every day.
I just signed with this new team and I'm not even able to ride the bike.
I just wanted to ride every day, and no, that was funny. Each time, like, you got a little bit better. Then you got your own 100% kit. I remember that. Then you got glasses, and all of a sudden you're looking factory. I don't know if you have a new bike now. Do you have a new bike, or are you still on Swanee's hand-me-down?
Oh, yeah, we have bikes. I have Swanee's hand-me-down, and then I also have, like, a black one that
so you upgraded. Yeah. You're not on the hand-me-downs anymore, really?
No, I have the hand-me-down on my Zwift setup, but I've got a good bike now.
That bike was beat, and homie just kept hammering it. It was so cool to watch. But, man, what else? Other than that, the season, we keep like diving back into the season. But so Tampa was podium at the heat race win, and then podium, and then I lost track after that of the races.
I podiumed the Daytona, and
then you got fourth the next race, right?
Was it Arlington? Wait, which one's the next one?
I don't know.
There's too many, dude. I don't remember all of them, but I remember I got 3 podiums.
In Supercross total? Yeah. Okay. And then outdoors, obviously that's like your strong suit. Paula, I feel like you were like, okay, I'm ready.
Yeah,
like,
it was weird. It was like I was coming into outdoors, and then as a kid, you grow up only riding outdoors. Yeah. Like your whole career of amateurs is outdoors. And then there's people like, he's not even in a top 10. I'm like, dude, I got 4th at my first Supercross. And you expect me, like, what I've grown up racing to
literally
not
you grew
do
up
good?
On Paula.
Yeah, I grew up there, too. I knew that,
65's
dude,
on.
that was, like, bro, that's my spot, dude. Paula, dude. That was
even though they prep the track way differently, dude. I cannot stand the way they prep the track.
No, it's so flat.
It's, flat.
Huh?
I thought it was rough.
For what?
The Pro Nash.
Oh, Pro National is so rough.
Unreal.
That was the gnarliest track.
I was sitting there watching this year. I'm like, oh, my God.
That and Thunder Valley. Thunder Valley was, I think it was my bike setup that was the main problem, but it was
track
hammered.
Was nuts.
Hammered.
Yeah, and so it's been 4 rounds. You finished second overall in Supercross.
Yeah.
That was a close battle with Anstey.
Yeah, dude. You got past the last lap by Hunter, and it gave me second. Is that what
changed it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
was digging, bro. I seen Anstey up there, and I was only gaining like a centimeter a lap, dude. And I got to the last lap. I caught back up to Hunter, Anstie, and Schmitty, and we were all in a line. And I was like, dude, someone passed this dude.
So you knew the points in your head.
Yeah,
so
all I had to
watching.
do was pass Anstie, and it was Hunter, then Anstie. And we were lined up. So I was like, there's no way I can get these two. So I was like, dude.
What happened in the last race again? You fall?
The which one?
In the main.
The East-West?
Yeah.
No, I
You won
I
the
spun
heat.
off the gate.
Yeah.
I spun off the gate.
You had a terrible start.
Yeah, dude, that sucks,
See,
bro.
now you go back to these little races and you're like, dude, like those little things that point out. And then what's been like, so there's 4 rounds outdoors. And the only run you haven't raced is like Thunder Valley, right? And that's been your hardest one. Like, did you ever go to Thunder Valley?
No, I've never been to Thunder Valley, and that track had a lot of hills.
Did that throw you off?
Yeah, a little bit, and I got out there in the morning and never ridden that track before, so I just followed Jacob around to learn the track. But again, Jacob didn't really go out of his one line. So in the race, bro, I whole shot, and then I fall the first lap. Then I get back up. I get up so fast, I'm still in 4th.
Yeah.
And I get back
in the podium.
2-second.
Yeah.
And then I'm sending behind. I set the fast lap of the week behind J-Coop, catch J-Coop, and then I'm like, dude, I'm so sketchy right now. I'm swapping feet off. I ran over tons of those minions with my bars, and dude, the sketchiest. I was like, we need to back her down. We need to slow it down. We got to make it this whole season. And I was like, my bike right now is not capable of sending it this hard. And I was like, I just had to play the smart route and back it down and remember what we're doing this year, learning. So, I was able to learn the track definitely. And when I did get past, I was able to see a lot of lines that were a lot faster than the one I was taking.
I think you need those races to like almost like reawakes you up.
Yeah.
Like you kind of get in those motions of podiums and you're like, dude, stuff's clicking.
Yeah.
It's almost like too easy where you need a race that almost scares you back into reality.
Yeah. And you learn a lot like that too.
It like puts you back down on earth. Yeah. And you're like, okay, reset. Yeah. Learn. Be a little bit better next week.
And it motivates you for the next week to do better.
Yeah, for sure. And I think one thing is when you are leading, you do the same thing as me. You look back so much. Yeah. And I'm like, I watch you do it and I know I'm just as bad. Like I'm always told, stop looking back. Stop looking back.
I mean, dude, I
don't even realize I'm doing it. Do you realize it?
I mean, I just like lay down a heater in a section. I'm like, oh, I must have got this dude pretty good. Look back, and that's just when I start looking back. Or if I make a mistake, I mean, you just look back.
Do you look at who the rider is or just like how close someone is?
No, there's
riders.
Who
it is.
No, it's nice. When these tracks, you can look. I know most of the riders now. Like, if you see a dude behind you, you know, okay, this dude's going to fade at halfway. Or this dude, like Hampshire, this dude ain't going to give up till he freaking 90 degrees in the rollers. Like, this dude does not give up. And it's like you see that in the riders and you know which guys are going to do what. So that's sometimes, you'll get in the first and then
you see a white fender, you're like, okay,
you see a white fender and you're like, this is going to be a fun motor. You're going to dig the whole time.
But did you see him catching you
Yeah, so he was catching me and then he was riding so hard that he kept making little mistakes.
Yeah, and you pull him a little bit.
I'd catch up to him and then he fell.
No, I'm saying after, when you went in the lead.
After he fell. And then I got around him, and then I was in the lead. And dude, lappers, I'm like, I'm in the lead. Bad. Yeah. I'm laying down good times. I was holding a solid gap. Lappers everywhere, bro. Lapper fell in that long right sweeper at the bottom. I'm stuck right there. I see Swanee. I'm like, stop. Why I'm stuck, bro? I'm clutch banging that thing, dude. And I'm trying to get out of the rut because there's just a guy sitting right there. And then Hampshire's right behind me, like, dang it. And then I actually did open it up a little bit again. And then freaking I go over this left-hander before you jump into the roller. Derek Kelly comes into the run and just falls over, dude. And I get stuck on his bike. And I'm like, dude, this couldn't go any worse. This literally could not go any worse.
The best thing is you knew Swanee. You saw Swanee. Yeah. Like when I would see him, dude, sometimes he'd be clapping. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing good.
No, if I didn't see him clapping, I was like, oh, this dude must be catching me.
Yes.
And then like I pick it up and
he's
next lap.
Pissed.
Yeah. No,
when he doesn't clap, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, something's wrong.
You're riding like crap, or like you're doing bad, or someone's coming. But the clap, dude, that's you fired up.
I was like, yeah, let's go.
But dude, that was
dude,
such
and then
a good moto.
Well, it was last lap. I had like I opened it up a little bit, and then I cross-rutted in a left-hander, which got him really close.
Yeah.
And then I made a mistake where he fell. I also got a little cross-rutted, and I jumped off the right of the track into a mud pocket. And then I high-centered the whole entire inside roller, just grinding it. And I'm like, dude, this dude's got to be like touching my tire right now. And then I get back going. And then I go around the track, and then I jump up the hill right before he passes me. I kind of stand myself up in that rut, and I knew it, dude. I jumped up that step up, and I looked to the left. I seen a smooth line. I'm like, this dude's going to rail this line right here, and he's going to get to my inside. And I was like, but this inside, I remember taking it in the sight lap. It was destroyed. Like, it was so rough, massive hole. Like, I don't think he could pass me. And then I come out of the rut. I go down this hill, and it's just ruts everywhere, all, like, zigzag. I'm like, this is not where I went the whole race. And I just stuck my legs out and just gassed it down the hill. And I got into a rut, and I just hear you don't hear his bike until you hear him touching you. And he's...
Homie wheelied into you.
His feet are off. And
he wheelied into you.
Dude, I'm like... He's there. And we hit. I mean, that was. Yeah. I mean, I would have done the exact same thing.
It's a moto win.
Yeah, I would I'd launch someone for a moto win.
That was so good.
But yeah, he got in the lead. Respect for that. He dug that race. And I was like, all right, man, this sucks. I didn't win the moto, but again, my 4th national this season, my rookie season. Yeah. I'll take a second.
And 2 is the same as 1, I'd say, like in the first moto.
Yeah, you want to be, to get an overall.
First or second.
But it was also annoying too. Like, if I would have just took that inside and won that moto, I would have gained some points on the points leader because he got docked for jumping. So it's like, you got to think, it's like, dang, but at the same time, it's my rookie season and we're ticking off good goals. So.
And like, go back to Hangtown, your first moto win. I've never won a moto. I've only won Supercross. I've gotten podiums in motos. To win a moto, I'm like, that's pretty gnarly. Then, so did you lead from start to finish?
I can't remember.
You did whole shot.
Yeah, and I led the whole race.
You threw a sick ass.
Yeah, I had to toss it off that thing.
And then, did it feel like forever, or did it go by pretty quick?
It was pretty good, but at one point, like, dude, those first few laps, it was my first ever time leading a pro national, whole shotting, and I left my mouth open and didn't breathe for the first, like, 3 to 4 laps. And then finally, it's like...
It was hot there, too, huh?
Yeah, it was cooking. And then finally, the pit board says, breathe, and I'm like... Oh, no.
Dude, I
know, dude. I put my tongue, it sticks to the top of my mouth. I'm like, this is not good. And I go to swallow, and it just complete dirt and just drier than can be. And I was like... And I'm like trying to make like spit in my mouth.
Up?
Yeah, I'm like I'm trying to get like my freaking mouth.
So you're thinking this while you're leading? You're trying
Dude, I think about the most random stuff when I'm leading. I'll start thinking about math. Like, I'll start thinking like where these guys are and how many points I can gain leading this moto. I just don't, dude, when I'm racing, I like obviously focus on the track and stuff, but I'll be thinking about the most random stuff.
It looks like you just want to get the biggest gap ever.
Yeah.
Like, you're just, like, every single rut, you're laying it over. You're scrubbing. You're just trying to gap away.
And that's what hard, though, is at Thunder Valley, I was trying to do that, but my bike wasn't allowing me, and that's what threw me off, where, like, those races before, dude, all I love to do is just lay into a rut.
Yeah, it almost bit you, though.
Yeah.
That one corner?
I laid in hard sometimes.
I was like,
when my front tire missed?
Yes.
Yeah, I laid in there.
Heavy.
I knew it, too. I was like, every lap I came around, there was just a little rut. I'm like, my tire's going to go one of these laps. I'm going to keep laying into it, because I got to hold this lead. And then I made a mistake, but
then you felt J. Coop coming on the end?
Yeah.
And was it because you were making mistakes, or did he just pick it up?
I kept messing up, yeah.
So that was the reason?
Yeah, and J-Cube got to me, and I was like...
Did you ever have a moment where you got a little arm pump and tight in it?
No, I didn't get any. That was
just
like,
the breathing.
The only thing that is it's like the end of the moto, I was like still catching up on my breath. Like it wasn't like the recent motos I've done. It's like I don't get tired at all because now I know like to breathe at the beginning.
Yeah.
So, but that one, it was so, my throat and stuff was so dry and it was so hard to breathe the whole moto that like at the end it was like I was getting tired, like fatigued, and I was like, dang man, like I got 3 laps to go, and I dug it out obviously, and this I did one lap where J Coop was on me. I used it as a lap just to like just flow, like drop the time just a hair, flow around, and I was like, I've had a feeling J Coop doesn't want me to beat him, and I'm like, I'm gonna freaking. I
think that's every rider.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna try and send it these last 2 laps, and
I did drop the hammer.
Yeah, I sent it.
Broke him just enough.
Yeah, I opened like a 4-second gap. I jumped the jump, go left, and I could hear his bike in the air, and I knew how far he was.
Yeah.
And I heard his bike, and I was going through the turn. I was like, all right, I can back it down a hair and just finish this thing out.
Was it a sick feeling when you went over?
So nice.
Like I was like I said, I got the chills just watching it. I was like, dude, that's so
it's
sick.
so sick.
The difference is though, when you notice when you say you have a bad moto and you don't go to the podium in between motos in the first and second, do you notice you're a little bit fresher in the second one?
Yeah.
Because you have 20 minutes more recovery.
Yeah, exactly.
Of not being on the podium.
Yeah.
Obviously, you want to get on the podium. Yeah. But then it almost takes away your recovery. You're sitting there in the heat where else you can go back, recover.
I know, but it's been hard for me too lately because like the first moto, like I won the first moto, and then the second moto I didn't get a good start, and I've been having a problem where I need to go get. I'm gonna start going get hyped up and just get fired up because
is that what it is?
Dude, I'll be on the line and the gate's about to drop, and I'm just.
You think are you feeling like?
No, like, I'm just like I'm not focused at all.
Yeah.
I'm just like sitting there.
Lay it all, like you kind of lose it, like you get it all out in the first moto.
Like you just dump your adrenaline.
Yes,
or
and
something.
then it's hard to get that.
Yeah,
fired
and
back
I gotta like go like punch the porta potty or something.
Doesn't
like,
want to give you a gel?
Yeah, he does, but it doesn't
up.
like wake me up.
No caffeine
I mean,
pills.
I'm woke, like I have energy. I'm ready to bust out this 35 without any problems. But sitting on the line, I'm just so relaxed.
Yeah.
So I have a way of getting myself more hyped up.
Punch the bag behind.
Yeah, but there's a wall.
Oh yeah.
Punch the wall. Punch some holes in the wall.
Dude, get the box like your dad boxed.
Yeah,
I'm boxed Dave Mirra, dude. You can do the same thing.
That
was sick.
I did karate when I was like 3. So
you did karate?
I got it in me, dude.
Oh,
I got it in me.
Think you could choke some riders out?
I'm waiting for that moment, dude. Someone grabs my helmet after the race, just going a full-on tackle.
We ain't gonna talk about the riders that you don't want to be around, the people that you do. We'll just keep that out of it. Yeah. But for some reason, I compare you to Chase a lot, Chase Sexton, because you guys are both built like bulky and just like brick shit houses. Literally, like you guys can take a massive crash and you guys just hop back up.
Yeah.
And I watched Chase like grow from 15 on to where he is now. And he always like, he did the work, didn't complain. His dad always pushed him, and it made me like, it brought me back to like, oh, like that's similar to you. Mm-hmm. And like, look where he is now and like how much he's achieved. Like what rider would like who do you want to like base your kind of career off of? Or like, who do you look up and be like, okay, like I want to be like this guy and just be like, I'd say like Tomac's obviously one of them that's like a bulldog, but like who would you kind of think of?
It's kind of
hard.
You
mimic.
Dude, it's like
take a little piece of everybody, you said?
Yeah, like you want to take like even from like Dungy. Like his and then you want to say Tomac's dogging him. That just dude doesn't care where he's at or who's in front of him. He's just gonna pass you.
Yeah.
And then you also, I mean, there's just like you just gotta take from everyone. I feel like you kind of want like everything, and I feel like that's another thing that's been good is like I'll be at the practice track and I mean my dad hops in a lot and he's like not in the middle of my program but like he'll text me, call me, send me videos of riders and be like,
really,
dude, you gotta work on this. Or he'll like find a video of me. He's like, why is your foot to the right, like on a right foot peg? Like he just sends me stuff. He's like, today I want you just to work on this. Like you don't need to be a hero, but you need to work on this technique. Yeah. Because at the farm,
it's hard to do that because
we're just busting out motos.
Yeah, you're on the clock.
So you got to be able to you got to be mature enough to work on your own stuff as well as pushing your motos too.
Yeah, and it's hard to do that. Like you have obviously Swanee pushing you, doing your 230s or whatever it is in your sprints, and then at the end of the day, like you plan on working on corner or something, but it's it's the last thing you want to do.
It's hard. I mean, if you got stuff to work on though, you just gotta have that like mentality. Like, dude, I gotta do it, and that's where I mean, there's some days where it's just like, I mean, after super long days of Supercross, it's like, dude, I mean, I'm getting beat here. Like even if I'm tired and I'm a little dizzy, I gotta freaking work on it, and that's just, I mean, you can't do that all the time because I mean. It is a big toll on yourself because I think, I mean, dirt bikes is one of the most physically demanding sports. Yeah. But you got to, I mean, if you got to get it in, you got to get it in.
It looks like if you keep going in this path, you're going to, on your first year, you're probably going to get a career number. Yeah. And you could choose a number. I'm guessing 38.
It's hard because, I mean.
Or do you want to start fresh with something?
I don't know. It's like hard to think. I mean, 38 is like.
I think 19 is going to be up. 20 is going to be up. 22 if Reed doesn't race.
22 would be sick. But
I almost took 22.
It's hard though because it's like 38. Does no one has 38?
No one has a career number at 38. So you can take it.
It's what?
You could take it.
Yeah, I know. It's hard though.
You haven't really set your mind on that yet. Like no one. That's really rare for a rookie.
Yeah.
To get a career number on the first year.
Yeah.
It took me 10 years to get my own career number, and I finally got it. But like that, what would? I mean, obviously you want a single digit.
Yeah,
But that's you got to get a championship with that.
I need the one. That's what I need.
The one with the red
one is
plate.
clean.
That is heavy. That's nice.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of your bike. Do you have the steg pegs on?
Yeah.
When did you start running those?
I just started running those because like it was able like through the rollers and stuff. Like
you actually liked them?
Yeah. Your boot
Doesn't it feel so much different though?
Dude, I'm so much further back on the bike, like with my legs. It's
Further back?
Yeah. Because I'm like locked in far back and it's
You didn't running on Supercross though, right?
Oh hell. I do you
Didn't someone in Star running?
Yeah, Levi tried it endoed and saved it. But dude,
I remember him saying that.
They're nice, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
I mean
For outdoor,
I mean Justin doesn't run them. I mean, there's guys that don't run them. I mean, I don't think.
are you the only team that does run them?
Yeah, I think the Honda guys
on your
have ran
line
them.
have them?
I think I've seen the Honda guys like practice them.
Yeah.
But they don't race with them.
I wonder why.
Secrets, dude. They're secretive.
You guys just pop out with it.
I don't care.
And you're the only one on. I've read that you're on Spring Forks and no one else on the
Well,
team.
I was for. I am. I mean, shoot. Vital zoomed in so they could read the little particles on the name of it.
So you got to watch the pit bits, man.
Dude.
Duff just let it loose.
Yeah.
So why are you the only one on Spring and not?
Just a lot of testing after freaking.
But you're the only one that chose it.
Yeah, we started on it, and I just liked how it felt more comfortable. Because
no one. Why didn't? What everybody else not like about it?
I just didn't really tell anyone.
Really.
It was kind of my own. I was just working like after time and just days that those guys aren't riding.
That's cool about stars. Like they're like, hey, you want air,
you could run
spring?
freaking Martin's Forks when we won the title. Like they have everything there. It's whatever you want to run.
They always wanted to test stuff with you too, like like different stuff.
Yeah, because I think they like how. I mean, I get from like a lot of feedback, which I think they like. But
can you tell a big difference when you test? I'm not a good tester.
It's hard, but
like when you do clickers, I cannot.
I can't. Clickers are hard to tell, but you kind of just have to go off the first feel. Like if I feel one thing, I'm like, that's it.
Like you do a lap and you're like. If it's a hot heater, like keep it, don't touch it. But if it's like you make a mistake just because on your own, you're like fix it.
It's
fix the bike.
It's messed up.
Suspension sucks.
Yeah.
No, but I feel like
it's
that's
difficult.
Cool. Yeah, I still after however many years, I still can't figure out the testing part.
Yeah, it's hard.
But all right, where's this bucket at? Paige brought. Okay, we got this idea to wrap it up. Where's it at? In here?
In here, you got to pick it out of a helmet. I'll pick it.
It's like 30 questions. Take 5.
So
all
what
right,
do you do?
this is the name of the segment. All right, Paige is in the background explaining this new segment we're gonna add.
My legs are sweating, bro.
Yeah, same.
From the socks.
Take one. It's just random questions. He's gonna answer it. Came up with this idea. If you're watching this, you could see him opening it.
It's 5 years from today, and what does your life look like?
Oof. You could go deep with that one.
Dude, probably a penthouse in LA and just girls. No, I'm just kidding. I just got Paige. No, 5 years from now, I mean, that would be... shoot, I want to be on a 450 5 years from now.
I think 3 years from now, you're on a 450.
That's my goal is, bust your titles out early and try to get to a 450.
Do you have an age of where you want to stop?
Yeah, I think I want to put in... If all goes to plan and you stay away from injuries and you stay away from the stuff that holds you back, I want to do like 10 solid years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's kind of what I said when I was younger, but then obviously it changes. Dirt bikes are not, you never know.
Yeah. But if I'm
so 5 years
17,
from now,
it'd be 27.
So you'll be young. That's like when Ricky
But
stepped
imagine,
away.
you win your 250 titles, you move to 4, and you're done by 27, and you still have life. Because dude, this takes up all your life, the beginning of your life.
But it's all you know too.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever not had this?
No.
You don't know what real life is like. It's gnarly,
dude. I feel like
it's not fun.
No.
Dirt bikes are fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it would be.
It could change.
That's why I think. A lot of like Ricky and those guys, they just can't get away from the sport.
Dirt bikes are too much fun.
They want it. Yeah, they're involved so much in it. And I don't know. I feel like I'm just a guy that like I like living in a city.
Oh,
it's weird to me.
Guy?
I've grown up for so long in like property. Like I want to move to like a city where I could just like walk down and you got your Louis Vuitton store and you got your hype hype beast shoe store right there, like stuff that you could just like bounce around and do.
When do you think you'll live on your own?
I don't know. It's hard because I mean, right now.
Would you get an apartment right away? Or would you get a house?
I'd get a house.
You'd have a house right away.
My mom told me no girls, and you can get your own house once you win a couple championships.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a dig to get if I want a girlfriend.
I mean, what, next year you're 18?
I'm 18, so theoretically I could be like, well, Mom, I'm an adult. I can have a girlfriend.
It's time to go.
Yeah, but I mean. Shoot. I mean, I'm
you get wifed up, dude. You get a house quick.
That's what's scary, bro. Like I'm at least in me. Like I'm at an age where like, dude, girls like I like them for like a week.
It's not a distraction.
But I like them for like a week.
Have you ever had a girlfriend?
No.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've only liked a girl for like a week. Like I
one
like
will come
girls.
along.
I know. I think it might hit me, but bro, it's like 1 week and I'm on a different girl.
You moved on.
It just moved on. It's hard.
It's hard to like keep them away, isn't it?
It's a rough life.
I've seen those signs at High Point.
It's rough, man.
All right, so we didn't even get the full segment, the 5 years.
Okay, so 5 years. I'm hoping to be in the 450 class. What do you want me to do? 5 years, I want to be in the 450 class and have 250 championships.
Okay.
And a nice house.
All right.
New girl every week.
Would you have roommates?
Huh?
Would you have roommates?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think I have to live with people.
You need Lawrence.
Yeah, I need Luce there. But it's hard because Luce wants to do it. He wants to just live in like LA. Like, because he does like housing.
Penthouse, dude.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah. Retired, penthouse.
All right, new question.
All right, we got that one done. I was like
that was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Some of them are weird. Some of them are short. Let's see what next one is.
What is a common misconception about you? What does that mean? Like something like someone thinks about something. Wait.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm guessing
like something like people
90% of the people that watch your YouTube probably are like
people,
this kid's spoiled and has it all and it's so easy for him.
Yeah.
What's a misconception?
I think people see I don't think people see. I mean, people see how much I ride on the YouTube, but they don't see like the physical stuff off the bike.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think they like, oh, the kid's just talented. Which I mean, the saying is hard work will beat talent. Like if you dedicate it, which it does. I mean, I'm obviously, dude, I grew up with a dad that was in the sport. He won supercrosses. So, I mean, I wasn't a kid. I mean, dude, it's honestly what your parents instill at you at a young age. Like if my dad handed me an Xbox in a freaking, when I was 3, I'd probably not be a freaking, like so focused.
Imagine
and
your game
wanting,
room now.
dude. Dude, I'd have a house as a game room.
Be a pro gamer.
Dude, if you wanted to live an easy life, you just be a pro gamer.
Yeah, imagine what you look like though.
Dude.
You would not be good.
No, that's the one thing I want. Dude, no chicks. But that's the one thing I want is when I retire.
You want a game room?
No. Yeah, I want to sit the penthouse, dude. It's just a game house, dude.
Oh, like Steve.
Yeah.
You just have his own apartment.
It's gonna be sick.
Okay.
Just for games. And then, but I want to just get ripped. I want to get huge.
Oh, jacked. Because I feel like you're already kind of yoked, though.
I know, but like right now, you can't go too hard on the arms because you get arm pump.
Yeah.
There's a
you
bunch
do
of...
deal with some arm pump, don't you? You get a little tight.
Yeah, in the mornings, yeah. It goes away. But... like, dude, arms, you got to be like, you can't, as a dirt bike racer, no guy's going to have like some massive arms.
Yeah,
you get way too juiced up on the race.
You want the biceps.
I want like after the race, I want like the arms.
I
want like, dude,
gym,
I want like the pecs so I can bounce.
The half tank top ripped.
Yeah, ripped.
Boobs hang out.
Yeah. It's all the way ripped all the way down to your thigh.
Full tool.
Yeah, just a unit.
One of those guys, dude.
So, yeah, dude, that's just me. I just want to be that guy.
All right, number 3. Take number 3. We're getting carried away.
We just went to a completely different subject. We ended up how I want to look in the gym.
Misconception is he wants to be yoked.
What do you wish people knew about you? That's a hard one. Maybe do you know anything? Dude, it's hard knowing that everyone watches everything about me.
Yeah, you put off a front that, like, yeah, you do all the motos, you do all the training, like we hammer it out, but you're also like super caring, especially with us and our family. Like our 3 kids, like you just came in the house and you haven't seen them in however long and they're jumping all over you and like you spend the time with them. Yeah. And I thought that's dope. Like a lot of people don't see that you care.
I think they just see like the harsh Hayden, like the dig it out, but they don't see like like the soft part of me, like where I'm actually like like if I like care for somebody or like it's like a family.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
you've had the same best friend since. How
dude,
old were you guys?
I've have like 4 friends in my whole life.
Yeah.
Like, dude, the
And
kid
you're,
that was
loyal,
my friend.
You know, if like he was
Yeah.
there when you were just starting.
Exactly. Dude, he was my
pretty
friend in
dope to see.
preschool.
Yeah. See,
My
dope.
2 friends are from preschool and kindergarten.
Yeah.
And I was friends with them all the way up until, I'm friends with them still. One moved to Arizona,
Yeah.
and then one lives in Cali. And I also, I have like my newer friends. Like I only have, dude, like one newer friend. And it's like, I just keep the circle small because you just, you got to have your buddies that are motivating and also have their own, try to achieve their own goals. Where like my friend Lawrence, he obviously is the money route. He just wants to make money and he's doing that. And then like my other friend, he's mountain biking.
Yeah.
My other buddy, he just became a factory mechanic. Like just dudes that like also have their own strides, dudes that won't like try to use you, and pull you back.
They're there for you, the ups and downs,
It's just, you got to keep your circle small.
But yeah, I think the caring side of you, people don't know about, like how much Lennon loves him. It's because like he cares about her and like will make bracelets with her or something like that, So for sure that side of it. But all right, number 4. Dang, this is a different segment. This is a pretty long one. All right.
Favorite fast food or cheat meal?
I feel like I know this
Dude,
one.
I cheat a lot.
Nah, Swanee's probably listening to this. Yeah, he's winking. I
never
swear we're good.
I never cheat. Meals, that's it. I'm not talking about normal cheating. I don't ever cut any turns at the track, never.
No, I was thinking the other cheating. Chicks.
Oh, no, I just don't lock in like
cheating.
that. I don't
cheat meals, cheating on the track, and cheating with girls.
So we're going to talk about the cheat food, okay? We're going to jump on that one.
Okay, food.
The one thing I did after Fox, where I was like, bro, I was podium.
After round 1?
Listen, I was podium the first round, going in and out.
Okay, see, that's not that bad. Did you do
Grilled
protein
cheese.
style? Oh, what?
Grilled cheese. Bread and cheese.
That's heavy.
Yep. Dude, the best thing from In-N-Out. But they got to get it right, bro. They
How do you
burned
go
the
there
bread.
and not get a
Sucks.
burger?
Dude, I did. But I didn't
So you
eat
got
it.
both.
I just sat there. And I ate the grilled cheese. And that was it. That's all I
Okay,
had
so
in
that
me.
was your splurge.
So that's kind of like, if there was an In-N-Out around and you do good, if you do bad, I'm just so pissed. Like, I just go to bed. But if I
You don't eat anything?
No.
You
Dude,
just,
like at
starve
Supercross
yourself?
one of the nights, bro, I didn't do good. I just went to bed.
Same.
I'm just over it. But if you do good, you're like, bro, what can I find to eat right now? Like, what can I cheat my meals right now? That's
Dude, I'm the same way. Like, I have a good result, I'll splurge.
Yeah.
Like, I'll go eat. Even Sunday, I'll have some bad food. And then Monday, like, all right,
Monday.
we got to hop back on the train.
You got to recycle. You drink your water.
But, dude, you have a bad race, like, you're not doing anything.
No.
You're like, I'm going to go on a run tomorrow.
No, yeah.
I'm going to
gotta-
eat broccoli
dude.
for the next 7 days.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah.
All right, number
That
5.
one's very race dependent.
Yeah. Last one. We'll wrap it up.
What
It's
is
a
the
long
best gift you've ever received?
Yeah, you are into like shoes, clothes.
Dude,
but
I think this year's Christmas was pretty. Was it my birthday or Christmas? I think it was Christmas. My mom
What'd
got
you
me
get?
like, I think it was Christmas. Yeah, this year Christmas I went home for North Carolina, and my mom got me like 5 LV shirts, 2 pairs of LV shoes, lobsters, SBs. Like, bro, just like so sick. Like,
spoiled.
just dropped a bag for Christmas, and dude, that was dope. So I think that was, whenever my mom knows the fashion. She
does.
spends money on that.
But that's her hobby. you know?
That's her hobby, is the nice Louis Vuitton.
I try to get your dad onto the kicks, and
No,
he can't break away.
He's got his Yeezys right now.
Oh.
Got him some black Yeezys. He wears it with anything. He literally.
We wear him to the track.
Oh yeah, everywhere. He
care.
runs with them, gyms
He
with
does
them.
his morning runs with them.
Yeah, you'll probably see him sometimes if you check in the mornings.
I see his morning runs, man. He's motivating us all.
Yeah, he gets Christian fired up
He
to
gets
go
you
run.
going, dude.
Yeah.
But okay. So you're into shoes, shirts.
Yeah,
the
I'm just into
normal
like
stuff.
I'm just into like the hype stuff, like the stuff to like.
Well,
look
you don't
cool.
wear chains though.
I do sometimes.
You don't get iced out.
It matters. Like, girls like chains. It matters who you're seeing. It matters who's at the race.
It keeps going back to girls.
Dude, girls, bro. I'm at that age, dude. But no, I do wear chains. My sister got me this LV like chain link chain, which is sick.
Oh, I did see that.
Dude, but
you were into the rings for a little bit.
I rings for a little. Dude, I had LV rings. I spent like a lot of money. Like, not a lot. Like, it was like $500 at LV store in LA. On these rings. I got the gold one and I got the silver one.
Lost them.
Bro, they turn your fingers green. LV rings, bro. So I threw them away. I was pissed. So I quit wearing rings. And
I'll
then
take them off.
Yeah, and then I bought a Gucci chain. It's supposed to look like a diamond one almost, but it's just like it's a Gucci one. It's like $1,000.
This is when all the haters come in.
Yeah.
Like, look at this kid.
Yeah.
But dude, he earns it.
Dude.
All right, guys. Before you start hating on him.
I'm just flexing.
Yeah, he's flexing hard right now. He's got the Supreme shirt on. I have some Travis Scott's. But we work for this. Shirt. All right, we work for this.
Exactly.
You get the results, and then you go buy the stuff.
This explains Christian stuff.
I have some issues with buying stuff also. Okay. So.
Yeah.
It's
you gotta be able. I mean, dude, if you
gotta
good,
have fun.
You gotta spoil yourself a
have
little.
Fun.
Yeah.
Like Paige has a bet with him. We're not going to tell you in the bet, but he does the bet.
Yeah.
He gets a pair of shoes.
Yep. Yes, sir.
You guys can guess the bet, but you won't ever guess it. So.
Yeah. A lot of my stuff I do have is negotiations with people, like my mom.
Okay.
Oh, dude,
you got a lot of deals with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do this.
Yeah.
I kind of do that with Jagger though.
Yeah.
Go do this, and I'll get you this.
Oh, dude. People are gonna be like, dude, his mom spoils him.
Yeah.
She does.
But I mean, look, you do it.
Yeah.
You do the work.
And I'm a good kid. Not bad toward. Like I'm not like a kid that like
50-50.
Dude, I've got my bad side.
Yeah.
But I'm good to my mom. Like
yeah.
So I mean, dude, if she wants to, like, she has the money. She's nice.
Take care of the boy.
Yeah.
I do the same thing.
And I mean, I take care of my mom.
Yeah.
I drive her sometimes.
He just got his license.
Yeah, she got my license, dude.
You know? We're getting there. All right, episode 2 is wrapped up with Hayden, first guest. Thank you for watching. Enjoy this episode. Subscribe. Click. What are the cool things to say on YouTube?
I don't know. I've never done.
You used to always do this at the end.
Oh, well, what is this
Click
on?
the bell.
What is this on?
YouTube. It's on podcast.
So yeah, subscribe. Go get my merch.
Oh yeah. What is the merch again? Deegan 38.
Yeah, shop Deegan 38 and Christian Craig brand, right?
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, like the video, turn on the notifications.
That's what it is.
You gotta stay notified for podcast number 3. Oof. I don't know who that is, but yeah. So
that's gonna be hard to top this one. All right, thank you guys. Episode 2, we're out.